Spider-Man Homecoming. Ready to watch it again. Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd, and I'm doing a special Spider-Man video that is actually sponsored by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment and Spider-Man Homecoming. So it's legit. I got a Marvel check. It does exist! Just kidding around, but yes, thank you Sony Pictures Home Entertainment and Spider-Man Homecoming for sponsoring this video. And they're doing that because Spider-Man Homecoming is now available on digital, DVD, and Blu-ray. It's a fun film that you can watch with your entire family. I didn't watch it with my family, but I saw it the first time with Katie, and I saw it the second time with the guys from Channel Awesome. So that's kind of like family, right? I'm so alone. But whether you're alone or with a family, Spider-Man Homecoming is a movie for you. If you're interested in getting the movie, I have a link in the description so you can buy it for yourself. I really enjoyed the movie. It was so cool to see Spider-Man redone and put into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's why we were able to see Iron Man in the movie. That was really cool. So it got me thinking, will he team up with any other Marvel superheroes the same way that he did with Iron Man? So I came up with a top 5 list of the characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I would love to see team up with Spider-Man in a future Spider-Man movie. Now, just to clarify, I'm only picking characters that have already been established in the MCU. I'm not gonna be picking any characters that we haven't seen yet, and I'm not gonna be doing any kind of fan team-ups that possibly may not happen. As much as I would love to see Spider-Man with Deadpool, it's not gonna be on this list. So here we go, top 5, let's do this. Number 5, Spider-Man, spider, insect, bug. It only makes sense to team him up with the other insect, bug, superhero, AntMan. I would love to see a Spider-Man AntMan team up. It makes perfect sense. You got both bug-related superheroes, and you also got Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. He's got a great comedic presence. I think it will work out perfectly to have his humor blend up with Peter Parker's humor as Spider-Man. It could be a really good team up. Spider-Man, Ant-Man, 2 of the buggy superheroes working together side by side. I'm all for that. Number 4, and this might be a little bit random, but I'm gonna say the Falcon. You thought I was gonna say Black Panther, didn't you? Nah, Black Panther don't have time for Spider-Man. Everyone else will appreciate Peter Parker's young and jokiness, but Black Panther is like, no, get out of my face. I do not care. But the Falcon, I could definitely see teaming up with Spider-Man. They had a really good, fun rapport in Captain America Civil War. Even though they were fighting against each other, I thought it was kind of neat the way they were communicating with each other. So I would love to see that sort of buddy copness come through some more in a Spider-Man Falcon team up. Maybe Falcon comes to visit Peter Parker or visits the school as like I'm a guest today to have a special speaking thing. What am I trying to say? Speaking engagement. An assembly! That's what I'm trying to say, an assembly! He comes to do a school assembly, and then something happens and Spider-Man and Falcon have to team up. Plus, Falcon is kind of the go-to guy to call when you need somebody in your movies. He was in the Captain America movies, or the second and the third one. He pops up in AntMan, so it only makes sense to use him again in Spider-Man, because he's your go-to guy. And it's Anthony Mackie. Why would you not want more Anthony Mackie on screen? I'm just saying. Spider-Man Falcon, do it. Number 3, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's send Spider-Man to space. It would be Christmas for him. He would have so much fun. Could you just imagine Spider-Man flipping around in space with Star-Lord and Gamora and Rocket and Groot and Drax? I would love to see that happen. The Guardians, of course, are slowly making their way to Earth. Gonna probably join up with the rest of Avengers at some point with Infinity War on the horizon. So at some point, Star-Lord and Spider-Man are gonna meet, so that would lead itself open to do a Spider-Man Guardians of the Galaxy crossover 2.5, volume 2.5, 3.7. Just make it happen. And there could be this whole thing with Star-Lord and Spider-Man where they don't get each other's references because Spider-Man is younger and Star-Lord, Peter Quill, he's all about stuff from the 70s and 80s. So that could be a fun thing. You know Rocket's gonna talk smack to Spider-Man. You know that Rocket is going to treat Spider-Man like crap, but in a fun way, and I want to see that happen. Number 2, I kind of cheated with this one because I put 2 Marvel characters on this one, but it makes sense why I put these 2 together, and that is Thor and Hulk. Thor and Hulk were not in Captain America Civil War where we saw Spider-Man for the first time, so we don't know anything about how Spider-Man would interact with these 2 characters, so it's obvious that we gotta get them to meet at some point. Spider-Man needs to team up with Thor, he needs to team up with the Incredible Hulk, they have to do something together post-Ragnarok, so we can see how Spider-Man's relationship with those characters would be, like the way that we were able to see him with some of the characters in Civil War. I could totally see Spider-Man and Thor kind of getting along, having a lot of fun. Of course, Spider-Man will be a amazed by all the Asgardian god ways of Thor. Man, could you imagine Spider-Man having to go up against Loki? That could be a lot of fun. Maybe Spider-Man could be the guy that could actually get to Loki. You know, Loki is always so cool, calm, and collective whenever he's doing his scheming ways. Maybe Spider-Man can be so much of a pest that he could be the one that gets to Loki, that could get on Loki's nerves just enough to throw him off his game of trickery. That would be awesome. Those cartoons where you have the two dogs, where the one dog's really big and bully looking, and the other one's always jumping around like, what are we gonna do today, huh? What are we gonna do today? They could have a thing like that with Spider-Man and Hulk. And number one, if it's not obvious, Captain America and Spider-Man have to do a team up together. That is an obvious, that is a definite, that needs to happen. You already had Captain America make a cameo of some kind in Spider-Man Homecoming. I won't go too much detail in case you still haven't seen it, but Captain America is already well known in the realm of where Spider-Man lives, and Spider-Man has teamed up with Iron Man and did so specifically to go up against Captain America, so it only makes sense to have those two work together now. I can see Captain America totally bringing Spider-Man in kind of like a little brother type of situation. Gonna get on his nerves a little bit, but at the same time, obviously appreciates his style. Like they had that moment in Civil War and he was all like, oh, hey, you know, where you from? I'm from Queens, or I'm from Brooklyn. Like your style, kid. You know, that whole thing. And I think that could also lend to Captain America having a little bit of fun. I mean, if you really think about it, the last couple of movies that Captain America specifically had to deal with, both Winter Soldier and Civil War, not a lot of humor going around for Captain America. Everything he's dealing with is very, very serious. This could be a time for Captain America to play around a little bit. Be hanging around with Spider-Man, have a little bit more fun, get a little bit more humor with Captain America, just have a slight departure from all the political espionage and political talk through about contracts and accords and things like that. Let Captain have some fun. Let the Cap have a good time. The man was frozen for several years. Let him experience life. Of course, I would love to see Spider-Man with anyone in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If Doctor Strange wants to show up, if Black Widow and Hawkeye want to hang out, whatever. But those are my top 5 that I would like to see. Top 6, technically, if you want to split Thor and Hulk. And then if you're also splitting up all the Guardians, that's like 10 or 11. You get it. So let me know in the comments if you agree with any of the characters I chose in this list, or if you have some characters that you thought of yourself. If you want to see Spider-Man with Squirrel Girl, you say that in the comments. Or with that big giant dog from Inhumans or whatever you want to do. The other thing you can do is subscribe to my channel if you are new here and like the videos that I do. Also ring that bell to be notified of future videos that I make. Again, a special thank you to Sony Pictures Home Entertainment for sponsoring this video. Use the link in the description to buy a copy of Spider-Man Homecoming, or swing into your local store to pick up a copy. Ha, get it? Swing Spider-Man jokes. Thanks for watching this video. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Chain chomp yelp.